All right, welcome back. National Night Out Against Crime. We have Thibodaux Police on board tonight, and we're going to start off with the Chief Scott Silverii. And tell you what, that's growing every year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tell us about what y'all did.
Well, we tasked it out. We asked for volunteers in the police department who wanted to coordinate it. Believe in getting the ownership from the organization, and had about 4 folks that pitched out real quick and volunteered to take the lead. And we try to partner up with as many organizations, businesses as we can. And Walmart, right off the bat, which has been a good partner, they volunteered, and we had a great site over there. There was a little collage of some of the locations we had. We did one at Thibodaux Police Department. The crew of Gagnard volunteered to do one at the American Legion Hall down on Narrow Street, and an Apple a Day daycare over on Sucroy Drive volunteered. So it was really neat. And they all went out and they got donations of food and balloons. And I came in yesterday, and our staff's making cotton candy. I mean, hundreds of sticks of cotton candy. So it was fun. These folks come in on their off-duty time, and they volunteer because they see the bigger picture. And like I was telling folks yesterday, it's important for us to participate in these things and participate well, because every time we shake somebody's hand, every time we introduce ourselves to somebody in an informal, friendly setting like that, we've proven ourselves that we're absolutely enmeshed in the community with which we serve. So it was a great success. We had a lot of turnout. Nichols State football team came out. Yeah. I mean, I was excited. I mean, it was neat to see these guys out there.
They ought to be pretty good this year.
Look, they had some good-looking guys out there. I mean, some good athletes, and they were signing autographs and created a lot of buzz out there over at Walmart.
But cotton candy, that's all sugar. Todd, you didn't eat none of that, did you?
No.
And isn't it good? We were talking with Homer PD early in the week, and Todd, maybe I'll ask you this, and I'll move to Joe. Sort of humanizes the police, doesn't it? You get to go one-on-one. They see you face to face, and that's the good thing, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I love seeing the children. Everybody brings the kids, and everybody has a good time.
And it's important for the kids to be able to know the police and get to learn them and all that too. Huh?
Yes.
All right. And we'll get to Joe in a second, but organizational improvements. Let's talk about that topic a little bit.
Well, when I came in, we took a look at the organization, and each month we come in and like you said, a report card, and we like to show where we've improved. And you have to build your on a solid foundation, and that comes from the organizational structure. So what we did is I have 4 commanders, and we took every section of the police department and we placed it underneath the commander. We renamed some sections, and it just gives everybody that hierarchical structure. There's no question who you report to, who's your chain of command. We also made sure that the span of control is one where you're not overtaxing one commander or one lieutenant. And that's important so you can have that one-on-one personal time with your employees or your staff. Along with that, when we did that, we looked back and we said, well, how many detectives do we have? X number of detectives. Why? Well, that's how many we've always had. Is it a sufficient number? How many patrol officers do we have per shift? Why? Well, traditionally, that's how many we've always had. So we started working on a section, like patrol section, bicycle section, detective section, a staffing matrix. So we know what's optimal. We don't want to, we want to be efficient in our resources. We want to operate as lean and efficient as we can. So we embarked on that program. One of the funny things is, law enforcement, like anybody else, is very competitive. So everyone thinks they need more than they're actually going to get, And so at some point, the buck's going to stop with me, and I'm going to have to break the good news or bad news. But those are just some of the neat ways that when you start identifying the organizational structure, so there's no question who reports to who. And of course, I'm ultimately responsible for all that they do. But it just makes it very clean and very clear. So guys like Todd and Joe can operate in that function and be secure in the environment to know that they're supported by a staff of supervisors that are there to support them and nurture them and give them the resources they need to do their job.
So and Joe, just to get you involved in the conversation too, is it good as an officer that where you always are? I mean, you got to do this to get here, here, and here. So you have some structure, don't you?
Yes. And it's a good thing because instead of you having to think about what you want to do next, you have structure and advice and good leadership from veteran officers that's already seasoned to show you which way to go. As long as you follow the direction that they're leading you into, you can only be successful.
All right, very good. Hold that thought. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to go down the line. A lot more interesting stuff tonight on this, so don't go away. We'll be right back on Bayou Time.